Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
What's up, cake eaters? Welcome to Days of Yore Flicks and Sticks, exclusively to Patreon. I am your host, your first round pick. That's a lie. More like your second round pick. Greg Ezel joined today. They'll trade that for Ryan Reeves. Joined today by my first line winger, John Fusil.
That movie had a lot more molestation than I remember.
Yes, it did. It did. And our captain, Rob Pizzuto.
Well, the point of the molestation is that you don't remember. So.
Just like going to church.
And today we are talking about 1992's classic, The Mighty Ducks. So we did some drinking rules for this. First, whenever a play would result in an offsides, icing, or penalty, we drank. Whenever they quacked, we would drink throughout the whole quack. Whenever they said cake eater, we would drink. And whenever there was light racism, we drank as well. So we drank a lot because there was a lot of racism. Gentlemen, should we get right into it?
Oh, let's do it, please.
All right. So the intro. Everyone remembers this intro. Gordon Bombay skating up. Fucking radio guy for some reason talking about the game because Pee Wee games are always on the radio. Shoots a penalty shot, hits the post,
Crossbar.
the post crossbar, if you will. My first question: why the fuck are the lights out?
Because it happened at the old Boston Garden. That's where they recorded it.
So Piz does have a theory about this that we'll get into more into the movie, that Gordon Bombay is falling into some like insane fucking he's falling into insanity thinking about this.
Yeah.
So we get through the penalty shot.
Which, I'm sorry, the goalie scared the fuck out of me as a kid. Go back and watch that scene. Just the opening scene. That's Gordon Bombay's flashback there, and that goalie looks like a white red skull. Like, that goalie is creepy as fuck.
What a lot of people don't know is that's a young Casey Jones.
Oh.
Before he hurts himself and can no longer play hockey.
We are tying the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Mighty Ducks together. You did say this, and I was like, there's nothing scary about that. Saw the goalie, fucking terrifying. Opens up in the courtroom, Gordon Bombay as an adult, complete dickhead lawyer.
Oh, complete douchebag.
Complete dickhead lawyer. Puts the fucking judge on blast about a case that got dismissed because he was a terrible judge. And then we get right into the hockey references. He's walking in, he's talking to his secretary, completely misogynistic. And she goes, "Oh, you got tickets to the North Stars game." North Stars drop number 1.
Yeah. Oh, hockey? Yuck.
And he's like, hockey. I only played it as a kid. Those repressed memories of playing Pee Wee hockey as a child.
You dropped the North Stars faster than you dropped them.
Take that, Minnesota.
That won't be the first North Stars joke either.
No, there's a bunch of them. So Bombay meets with Ducksworth. Ducksworth is like, hey, you don't always have to win. You just have to play the game. Which then cuts to a really shitty license plate of just win.
Yeah, just win. Because that's all he cares about is winning.
He is 30-0 as a lawyer. Mm-hmm. So, it's the snow. It's nighttime in Minnesota, or Minneapolis, Minnesota. I don't know what city they're in.
It's some kind of Minnesota city. It's Minnesota.
Yeah, it's Minnesota.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It definitely does not matter.
It could happen in the same universe as Fargo, for all we know. That happened in Minnesota? I don't even know.
No, it's Fargo, North Dakota.
No, I don't know. They all talk the same, so...
Learn your geography.
God damn it.
Excuse me, don't you know?
So he's in the snow, he's driving, he's drinking, he gets pulled over. The cop's like, obviously you were shit-faced, blood, urine, or semen. No. Nope. They did not say semen.
Whoa. What movie were you watching?
It was like breath, blood, or urine, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They did not say semen in the Mighty Ducks.
I'm sorry, what happened to you as a child? Maybe we need to redirect this.
And then Gordon Bombay jerks off into a cup.
End of story. Oh my god.
It's like reverse real world though, because they called like 3 or 4 cops to arrest a rich white guy. That would never happen today.
Oh my god. Yeah.
It was Minnesota. They were bored.
If it was Jesse and Terry Hall's dad, they would have shot him. So he gets
traded them for Adam Larson.
So he gets pulled over. Is not asked for semen.
I'm sorry, everybody. We will get off of semen as soon as Charlie's mom does. More on that later.
Ginger pubes!
So basically, Gordon Bombay is told that he has 12 moving violations in 3 years, including this DUI, but he's only given probation, suspended license, and 500 community hours. Fucking sign me up for that if I ever get a DUI, which I hopefully will never get one. We cut to the kids dumpster diving. Carp Aberman,
and Charlie Conway.
Charlie and Peter, the Italian kid.
Oh, yeah, the gangster kid.
Yeah, the kid who throughout the whole movie, I was like, who is this Italian
not
kid?
Gangster, mobster.
So they find a can of beans and a purse, give a random stray dog a whole can of beans.
And then he eats the can, which should probably kill the dog.
That dog's insides are ripped apart.
Yeah,
Worse than Charlie's mom's. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead.
So the fucking dog eats the whole can of beans. The children are watching a dog take a shit.
They're German, clearly.
Clearly into the Shizer film. So they watch this dog take a shit, put it into a purse that they find in the dumpster. Some dickhead in a Z28 picks it up, right? First off, no one's going to pull over if they see a purse on the side of the road and pick it up. Right? Right?
No. Especially that snow. No, it's too cold to get out.
It's way too cold.
Plus, you're in Minnesota. You want to speed and get out of that boring fucking state as soon as possible.
People go to Minnesota to ask directions on how to get out of Minnesota. So this guy picks it up, flings it out of the car. We got the funny, sound effect of whee! Sound effect. So obviously,
glass.
Obviously, the adult chases the kids. And
like a pervert.
Yeah. I want to know what this adult's intentions were.
Yeah.
What was he going to do when he caught the kids?
Beat
I assume he was going to beat their dad.
He was going to beat the shit out of 4 kids.
Yeah.
Like 4 under 10-year-old kids.
Or he was going to turn them into a human centipede of dicks. I assume he's a pervert.
If you get a purse full of shit, you throw it out your window and you keep driving. But this guy stops. He was going to kick the shit out of those.
Yes. He wants to see if they have more shit. That's his fetish.
He's into that. So he chases them. Obviously, because he's the adult, he's a dumbass. He falls.
Hits his crotch.
Does because everything was sped up that when he groans, it's like a high-pitched groan.
Yeah, and the kids laugh, but now he's getting divorced because he's sterile now and his wife wants a baby. Fucking kids.
I don't know. He beat kids. He probably got out of a bad deal.
That's true.
Are you kidding me?
To be fair, if you're ripping down Minnesota in a Z28 in December, you probably are not married.
Yeah, no. That car should be in the garage safely because it's a Camaro. I'm sorry.
We just opened up a bunch of old wounds for John.
Yeah.
We cut to the kids practicing on the pond. They mentioned they have no coach, no arena. How the fuck are they in a Pee Wee League?
I don't know, but good on these kids. They're practicing with nobody telling them to. People are questioning how much these kids care about hockey. Fuck that. They are practicing on their own. That shows great initiative. Good for them.
This spunkier than Charlie's mom's hair.
We'll get to that later.
I'm sorry.
When I was a kid and I was playing, I played football and basketball, I never want to go to practice.
No, God, no. Practice was worst.
So these kids are going to practice on their own in the middle of a pond. With, again, no coach. Well, the coach died, apparently, or had a heart attack or something.
Yeah.
And no arena to practice in. No arena time, no nothing. So the 12-year-olds, they try to be funny, and Gordon Bombay pulls up, and he's like, "Oh, I'm your hockey coach." And Jesse Hall, obviously the black kid, thinks that it's a fucking drug deal because the underlying racism in this movie is insane.
Which is part of my domain.
Yeah, he's like, "This is my hood. This is my domain. We don't want any drugs." Which 12-year-olds these days may know what a drug deal is, but who knows? It was very out of place watching it in 2017. Aberman tells them that they suck. Gordon Bombay phrasingly drops, "I'll be the one who's to say who sucks."
No, he didn't say that. He said, "I'll decide the sucks around here."
Just so you know, you really suck. Hey, I'll decide who sucks around here.
Oh, that's even worse.
That is so much worse.
As he's giving the kids the eyes, and he's drunk, probably.
Meanwhile, 20-year-old token girl skates up to him.
Connie Moreau skates up to him and is like, "Hey, coach, we're 0-9, so they fucking have not won a game."
Still a better record than the Colorado Avalanche, though.
Yes, and if they had a draft, would probably get the first pick, unlike the Avalanche. Remember this though; they are 0-9 because this will play into the movie as we go deeper into said movie. So Gordon Bombay is like, "Wow, these guys really suck." He says he hates kids. Gets in the limo, and the kids obviously jump on top of the limo because that's what happens.
Yeah, that's what kids do. They jump on cars.
That's my first reaction when the limo drives by. I gotta jump on that shit.
When an adult is like, "Hey, you're a bunch of kids, and I hate you," I am like, "I hate you too. I'm gonna jump on your limo."
Yeah.
So they jump on the limo and then climb inside. Coach Bombay,
They climb inside Coach Bombay.
I don't know. I mean, there was a lot of the stuff cut out of the movie, but it's possible. So as Coach Bombay is trying to deal with the kids in the back, the limo driver started phrasing. There'll be a lot of phrasing in this episode.
This is a molestation podcast.
The limo driver is dealing with two kids in the front who keep trying to eat his candy because obviously.
And the limo driver does not take kindly to that.
And he's got a mustache.
One bit.
Mustache, candy, kids, definitely a pedophile.
You leave the mustache alone. That was the most defining part of that guy's character.
It was a fantastic mustache.
It was splendid.
Charlie's mom would have loved to ride on it.
Later!
So they're in the limo. Obviously, what happens? Fart joke.
Goldberg
fart joke.
Goldberg, who, by the way, it's appropriate as a Flyers jersey because, like the city of Philadelphia, he's fat, cheesy, he's going to die of a heart attack.
I fucking hate Greg Goldberg, by the way.
He's terrible.
He's the worst goalie that I have ever seen in my life.
We had a discussion about this during the movie, and we narrowed it down to either Mike Smith or Pavlik.
Andrzej Pavlik.
Those are the two goalies that Goldberg most reminds us of, because he's fucking useless.
He is so fucking bad, and we'll get into this on a Mighty Ducks too, but like the homerism that Gordon Bombay shows is laughable.
Goldberg is so bad at wraparounds that the Penguins are going to expose him to Vegas.
He is pretty fucking terrible.
If there was any player that they should have dumped before Mighty Ducks 2, instead of all the other players that they did, it should have been Goldberg. But again, more on that later.
So finally, the star of the show shows up. Lady Redbush herself. Charlie Conway's mom comes running out onto the ice because, Gordon Bombay is in the back with the children, not touching them, not doing anything, but, these little cavemen are going crazy, and he's like, okay, we're going to just take them out for a ride on the ice.
Drown them. Like she's a mom in Texas.
How do you drown them on frozen ice?
The car falls through.
Well, that's what Charlie's mom is worried about.
Yeah. So Charlie's mom comes running out like a fucking crazy woman, and it's like, oh, you're driving your limo out on the ice. It's going to fall through. Coach Bombay is like, oh, well, I've grown up on the ice. Hints that he's played PB hockey before.
Which makes him a weather expert. Or an ice expert.
Well, yeah. He grew up on the ice, he said.
Yeah,
his parents
literally
were chained outside.
Yeah, he didn't have a home. Yeah. He had an igloo.
The homeless kid rose to be a lawyer. That's an inspirational story, even though he's a douchebag.
And a Pee Wee hockey star.
Oh, yeah.
First game versus the Hawks. What's the first thing we see?
Oh, the coach?
Banners.
The banner. Yeah. The fucking banners. First place, second place. Like they're the fucking Washington Capitals putting up the second place banner.
We came in second that time to the Penguins, probably.
So this is my biggest problem with this whole Pee Wee League is every team other than the Mighty Ducks have their own home arena. Pee Wee Leagues have their own fucking home arena detailed as the Pee Wee team.
Well, yeah. A, it's Minnesota.
They shit all they do.
They weren't the Mighty Ducks at this point. They were District 5.
True.
Yeah, remember that.
True.
They didn't have any funding or money or sponsors.
Way to spoil the whole movie, Greg.
I ruined everything.
Yeah.
But I still don't
Yeah,
understand.
also that's complete bullshit.
I still don't understand why they have all these Pee Wee banners
Like,
up.
where do they get the funding, and how big is the city that has 8 arenas?
Right? And it's all like, because you see in the movie there's like 6 districts or whatever.
Yeah.
And every fucking district has their own hockey arena.
Easily, too. Like, there are decorations for each team in each arena. Like, way more extravagant than I see in some professional arenas.
Yeah, I don't fucking understand it. So we obviously see the Hawks' second place banner from 84, I think it was. Because obviously Gordon Bombay.
No, it was like 73.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was in the 70s.
Gordon Bombay missing the shot, ruining Coach Riley's career as a Pee Wee hockey coach. Who's still a Pee Wee hockey coach like 30 years later.
And looks exactly the same. Like, my God, we should all be that
Yeah.
lucky.
He ages very well. He's like the Mario Lemieux of Pee Wee hockey coaches.
He really is. But this triggers some sort of Nom-type PTSD flashback in Gordon Bombay, which is where we see the first dive into Bombay's insanity, where the initial flashback is just, okay, Gordon, you missed this shot. You're not only letting me down, you're letting the whole team down, blah, 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 blah.
It's up to you. I don't want to see any goats around here after the game. You got it? Now, you missed this shot. You're not just letting me down, you're letting your whole team down, too.
Now, not only is he letting his team down if he missed the shot, but he's letting his father down because his father is not around to see it.
You missed this shot. You're not just letting me down, you're letting your whole team down, too. I wish your dad could be here to see this.
That wasn't in the initial flashback. Everything else is the same, except they're bringing up Gordon Bombay's deceased father. So this is just a little dive into Gordon Bombay's psyche at this point. And this isn't the first. There are at least 2 or 3 more of these that we'll get into.
I'm guessing his original name was Gordon Durden.
It might be. So we're not talking about like war or anything, the way people get PTSD. We're talking about Pee Wee hockey. FYI. First hint of racism, Oreo line.
What's this? The Oreo line?
Oreos are America's favorite cookie. As we'll learn later, Adam Banks is their favorite cracker.
Or, I like that. Also like racism on DOI flicks and sticks. So they drop an Oreo line, so obviously we drank. So the Hawks are kicking the shit out of District 5. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden the crowd, in a fucking Pee Wee game against an 0-9 team, busts out into a "We Will Rock You" chant. Then, later in the game, Adam Banks, star of the show, scores. Crowd busts out into an Adam Banks chant. End of the game. District 5 loses 17-0.
17-0.
Fucking 17-0.
Which a lot of people will blame on Goldberg, but the guy had fucking newspapers for pads. I wouldn't want to get hit by those pucks either. So fuck that.
Goldberg is so bad that Calgary Flames just traded for him.
He is pretty bad.
Yeah, he didn't get better once they gave him pads. But
No. So at the end of the game, when Gordon Bombay is done yelling at the children, turns up to the stands, who is standing there?
Hans.
His molester.
Hans. Well, Hans / his molester. First question: how does Gordon Bombay know he's there?
You mean how does Hans know that? Oh, how does
No,
he
how
look
does
up and-
Gordon know to turn around and then see Hans? But
He
also,
senses him. He
how does
feels
Hans?
There's a tingling in his giblets.
So
His dick gets Han sense.
and also yes, how does Hans know that Gordon is there?
Stalker.
Does he just like randomly go to every Pee Wee game?
He knew Gordon would be back someday.
He owns the greatest hockey shop in the world.
It is a fucking castle.
It is Santa's Village.
It's amazing.
It is.
Does Hans go to every Pee Wee game, hoping at one point in his life he'll see Gordon Bombay there?
I assume he goes to every Pee Wee Bank game to add to his spank bank. But I assume he's also looking for Gordon.
No, Hans, he just knew. He is the Mr. Miyagi or the Obi-Wan Kenobi of this movie.
Well,
or of
yeah.
these movies, because he's in the next one too, I think.
And as we'll learn later, everybody knows who Gordon Bombay is, so obviously there was a lot of buzz he was back in
That's
town.
true.
That is true.
Yeah.
It was get a DUI, become famous.
Yeah.
That is your step in life.
Everybody knows
No.
Pee Wee legend Gordon Bombay.
Pee Wee legend.
Just playing Pee Wee hockey. You don't even need the DOI.
True.
That's
DUI.
DUI. DOI.
Well, we are drunk, so that fits.
That was a plug on our own podcast.
The guys, it's Aberman, Carp, Charlie Conway, Peter, going through a Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition that they found in the trash. Hello, 1992.
Yeah, my initial reaction was like, don't you have the fucking internet? But not quite.
No,
yeah,
they
it's-
wouldn't.
Yeah. So they're digging through the trash, find a box of not Penthouse Forum. that would be great. That's what I wish I found on the trash. Sports Illustrated. 3 Hawks show up. 2 nobodies and Adam Banks, obviously. So they start rollerblading around.
They're all
and-
ginger. That's key to the story, even though it's not.
They weren't gingers.
They're all gingers.
They were all blonde-haired, blue-eyed.
Yeah, they were all Aryans.
They were all
were
master
Nazis.
race. Yeah.
Like our son.
So they obviously torment District 5, tell them they suck, tell them they're losers, blah, 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 and they go to, fight them, but it's like 6-on-3.
Yeah.
You know, because I think Jesse Hall was there and his brother.
Yeah, it was a whole group of them, and they were still getting their asses kicked.
Yeah,
And the Hawks are on skates. Just push them over.
right?
They're rollerblading in a dirty alley. You can still see the chalk outline of Batman's parents. Just push them.
So then, of course, when things are looking down for District 5, Fulton Reed shows up. Shows picking up 2 guys, but throws 3
Three guys.
onto Carp, who was thrown into the trash,
Where he belongs.
where he belongs, because he sucks. We're at practice, and Gordon Bombay is obviously teaching his District 5 children to do one thing. Cheat.
Take a dive.
They are diving. We called it Canadians practice.
We did.
Over and over. And then
Take the fall. Act hurt. Get indignant.
the Montreal Canadian mantra.
Or Ryan Kessler's career, other than crying when he lost in the Stanley Cup Finals.
You mean Mr. 2011 Selke, Ryan Kessler.
I mean, Mr. Terrible Hockey Player.
But fantastic fantasy hockey player last year.
Game 2. So we hit game 2 against the Jets. They lose and they cheat.
Yep.
And this movie's more unrealistic because the Jets would never beat the Ducks in the NHL. The Jets are terrible.
But this isn't the NHL.
That's true.
It's Pee Wee hockey in Minnesota, which might be bigger than the NHL.
No.
To be honest, with you.
In this movie?
In this
Absolutely.
movie, absolutely.
People definitely seem to be more into this team than the Wild.
So this is where you get the the big speech of Gordon Bombay telling Charlie to hold his eye, take the fall, hit the ice. Doesn't happen. Jesse and Terry Hall's father jumps up. Reminds me of LeVar Ball's father.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He obviously lost out on some hockey in his youth. Was trying to live through his sons.
So then we get to the game. They obviously lose. The whole team is pissed. Charlie Conway with the whole, you can't make me cheat line. And
Jesse's dad comes storming in like a boss.
yep, grabs his fucking kids.
This is what
rips them
I
off.
gave up my overtime for. See my kids taking dives.
Rips them out of the locker room.
One of 2 parents that actually seems to give 2 shits about their kids.
That's another thing. We never see the other parents.
No, we see Charlie's and we see Jesse's.
That's it.
And that's it.
The other parents are somewhere. I assume these kids at this point are hobos. They're street children. They have no parents.
Urchins. They're called urchins.
I'm sorry.
The latchkey kids,
just used
as
the
they were
PC
called in the
term.
90s. Gordon, now down on his luck, goes into Han's Sports Shop. The castle that we talked about earlier. Santa's Village.
Santa's Village.
Of Minnesotian sports shops. Goes into the back door,
Hans smiles.
Yuck, yuck.
and Hans immediately is like, Gordon?
Hold on.
And he's
He
like,
smells him.
and it's just. So we're there and we learn some things about Gordon Bombay. One, in a Pee Wee season, scored 198 goals.
198 goals. How many games is in the Pee Wee season, at least in the Mighty Ducks? It's like 15, 16, something like that?
By my calculation, so they were 0-9 when they started, and they had another 9 games after they were 0-9, so 18 games.
18 games.
So we're talking over
10 goals a game.
Oh, easily.
So which also changes hockey ratings because not only now is Lemieux better than Gretzky, but Gordon Bombay is also better than Gretzky.
It is 11 goals a game. He scored. Just goals. We're not talking about assists or points. 11 goals a game.
If only he hadn't missed that shot and kept playing hockey.
So that means the game that he lost, the score was at least 11-11.
Yeah.
Because it must have been 11-10. Because he was on a penalty shot and they lost.
Right.
Clearly, the Hawks goaltender is garbage. In 1973.
Yeah.
Whoever he was. So he scored 198 goals a game. Goals in a season. Hans gives him new skates. Gordon Bombay,
He sniffs him a little.
the dickhead.
What the fuck are these?
Gordon Bombay, the dickhead that he is given size, I think 9 skates, and he's like, "Oh, I'm a size 8." It's like you got free skates.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Wear thick socks, Gordon.
Yeah.
Also, I have diplomatic immunity. He was a villain from Lethal Weapon 2. Hans.
Which explains why no one ever
just
brought
now
up those
remembering
molestation
this.
charges.
This is what I like to call the rebirth arc, because Gordon Bombay, skating out on the ice, remembers all the stuff with his father, and he's triple deacon on the ice,
Lamest move ever.
and the triple deke does suck.
Not even a move.
It really isn't. So then Gordon Bombay, now that he has remembered who he was, where he came from,
He knows he must teach them to fly.
he must teach them to fly. So he goes to Charlie's house.
We can sound like Bane when we're trying to imitate Hans.
I know. I'm sorry. Batman, you will teach them to fly.
You merely adopted the hockey. I was born into it.
So Bombay goes to Charlie Conway's house to apologize. His mom, total bitch, which I kind of understand, but
Her personality is as fiery as her pubes.
she is probably the worst character in this movie.
The most needless character, absolutely.
Oh,
and she looks like she belongs in a Charles Dickens novel adaptation of a movie.
She looks like she should be Oliver's dead mom because he's an orphan. They get
If I was
there.
Charlie's dad, I would have walked out too.
Charlie's dad walks out. They bond over dead fathers, but that happens later in the movie. Or not, gone fathers.
Gone fun. Whatever.
So his mom acts like a bitch, but then after Bombay apologizes, Charlie's like, "You want to eat over?" And the mom's just like, "Okay, great."
Yeah, you can eat over.
What are you having?
Right.
Smile.
Smile. Like, he walked in the door and you were like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And then, 10 minutes later, you were like, "All right, you can stay for dinner."
I used to be worried about you causing the death of my son, but now, oh, you're cute.
You're so hunky.
Have some meatloaf. Did you bring condoms?
No need for condoms.
Was that Charlie's question?
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie pimps out his mom. Like, starting in that scene, he's actively trying to get Gordon to bang his mom. It's not even subtle.
He just plants the seeds, much like he will later. Plants the seeds there, and it gets worse. It gets so much
Charlie
worse.
actively wants Gordon to baste his mom's back with semen.
Yes, she does. Kim Kardashian. So Bombay heads over to the law firm, talks to Mr. Ducksworth, says, "Hey, I need $15,000 for equipment." What do we get from that gentleman? Equipment montage. With what song?
Oh, Marky Mark's Good Vibrations. So a song that has a video starring a grown man pulling down his pants and showing his underwear is played loudly while children grip sticks.
Well, children destroy the store as Hans looks on laughing like, "Oh, I am going to have so much work to do later."
Look at them destroy my business. Charlie Conway knocks over an entire thing of sticks.
And then walks away
Yeah.
like a little dick.
Like a real dick.
God, I wish he drowned in Dawson's Creek.
God damn it, Percy. Wait, Pacey.
Pacey.
Pacey. Damn it, I was so close. And then who is randomly there?
Fulton. Why?
Fulton Reed.
He's not a part of the team. He doesn't, other than throwing a couple douchey hawks into a pile of trash, has no connection to the team. We don't know why he's here. We don't know that they're all friends or anything.
He
but
just
he's
wants
there
to belong.
pulling a hockey stick out of some fake ice for another player. And they're like, "Oh, wow, thanks." Why? Why? It was probably just sitting there in plastic ice.
Like, what a fucking asshole. First off, you break the display. Okay?
Yeah.
If the stick is displayed, it's going to be in the store. Fulton Reed is a dick to sticks.
Well, based on his outfit, he obviously had a hard time in Nam, so leave him alone.
What outfit? I couldn't even see him. He was camouflaged so well.
He was John Cena. So then we get to the skating rink, and who is there? Tammy and Tommy Duncan.
Oh, yeah.
So Tammy and Tommy Duncan, if you guys didn't know, figure skaters. More Tammy than Tommy.
Yeah, there's no need to remember these characters either.
No, they're not going to be in the next movie. So
They're barely in this movie.
Plus, at this point, Tommy hadn't had his girl tattoo from Pete and Pete yet, so he wasn't as cool.
No dancing girl tattoo. No. What was her name?
Petunia.
Petunia.
Petunia. Yes.
Yeah. I fucking love Pete and Pete.
Though I will say that these two characters have one of my favorite lines in this movie when she's all pissed off that they're playing hockey and she's like, "What do I know about hockey?" and then pushes him over and he's like, "More than you think." That actually still legitimately gets a little chuckle out of me.
And that's the scene Jim Rutherford saw before he traded for Ryan Reeves.
I must say, Danny Tamborelli, great actor. Hasn't been in anything since Mighty Ducks, but that's okay.
He's a ginger.
So you watch it. You watch it with the ginger talk. So we get to practice, and this is where Gordon Bombay starts taking things seriously. Soft hands, egg drills. We realize one thing.
Everybody has salmonella.
Yeah. Just eggs. There's egg on their faces.
Charlie Conway is fucking terrible at hockey.
Yeah, he is. At least he recognizes that later on.
Yeah,
from what I remember.
It does no good. It does no good now.
Yeah.
He can't do the fucking egg drills. He can't receive the puck or the egg.
He cannot receive nearly as well as his mom.
Yeah, no.
His poor mom. She's a huge whore. He cannot.
Because Charlie's pimping her out. He's like, "Gordon, $10. My mom will give you all night." That's how we pay the rent, Gordon.
And we get the iconic scene of Goldberg tied to the net. Now, Piz and I both made the same observation. We wondered if the Simpsons did it when Milhouse got his concussion from being hit in the head with the puck. Come to find out, they didn't.
No.
So
Rare instance where the Simpsons did not do it and something else did it first.
So Lisa on Ice, 1994, The Mighty Ducks, 1992, Mighty Ducks did it.
I think the strangest thing about that sequence is it took the people at The Simpsons 2 years to watch this movie.
What really pisses me off is that this was the only time that Bombay coached him as a goaltender.
Yeah.
Yeah, so apparently tying down an underage young man and firing rubber at him suddenly makes him a goalie.
Yeah. Because they were doing the egg drills, and Goldberg comes up and is like, "Oh, coach, nice, very cute. What are you going to do for me at goalie?" And he's like, "Oh, Goldberg, do you trust me?" Then they tie him to the post, shoot pucks at him, and that's it.
Yep.
That's all the coaching that Goldberg gets for being a goalie. No wonder he sucks.
No
wonder.
He is fucking terrible. And can someone do this to Malcolm Subban? Because he is terrible as well. He is the Greg Goldberg.
Is probably better.
He's the Greg Goldberg of the Providence Bruins.
No, Goldberg is better because there were at least a couple times during this movie where Gordon Bombay has yelled, "Big save, Goldberg," and I don't think anybody's ever yelled that at Malcolm Subban.
To be fair, if you're Greg Goldberg, any save is a big save because you make 3 of them.
Mm-hmm. Fair. Well, that's about as many as Subban averages in his NHL career, so...
After practice, Gordon has traded in the limo now for a rapist van.
Yes.
And the driver and Gordon take Charlie home. They bond over misplaced fathers. And then the
little tickle fight.
The mother, the tickle fight. Tickle fight outside. The mother's in the window watching her child get tickled by a man she barely knows.
There's nothing to stop it.
Is totally okay with it.
That's her fetish.
Is totally okay with it.
She can't get a female erection unless she watches her son get molested first.
That gets
erection?
That gets her wet. That gets her wet.
My son's being inappropriately touched.
By his hockey coach.
Where is my rabbit?
This is weird.
So we cut to Fulton. We cut to Gordon Bombay and his driver driving the rape van. And all of a sudden the window breaks. And everyone's like, oh, the window's broken. What's happened? And it's Fulton Reed with his cannon of a slap shot. And he discloses to Gordon Bombay the reason he doesn't play hockey isn't because he was given football scholarships or because he was in prison or whatever the fuck the rumors were. It's because he, much like the rest of Days of Yore, can't skate.
Yeah.
At which point we find out Happy Gilmore is an old Fulton Reed. I knew his real first name wasn't Happy.
Well,
There is 100% chance Adam Sandler was watching the Mighty Ducks and ripped off the Fulton Reed thing.
yeah, and then you're just like, well, how can I translate this to a movie? Golf! Why not? Which would make a lot of sense, because that would mean that Adam Sandler made a good movie. And
Yeah. Well, I mean, Adam Sandler, I mean, you were thinking 92. Like, when did Billy Madison come out? About the same time?
Not later. Like, I'd say like 96. I don't know, but maybe
So,
95, 96.
Then it's entirely possible he saw this movie, was like, I'm going to do Billy Madison, and then rip off Fulton Reed. Taking a long turn from Fulton Reed into Happy Gilmore. But, so, you know, he's like, oh, I can't skate, and Gordon Bombay's like, that's the only thing that's holding you back. Has him fire pucks. Obviously, he shoots it so hard, he closes a trunk, slams it
that's
shut.
hard.
He's a magician.
And then they go skating in the mall!
So we get right into a rollerblading montage.
At which point Fulton Reed murders an old woman.
So So Fulton Reed can't skate. He's in full hockey equipment, minus the jersey. So he's just wearing all the pads and stuff. As he's skating, skates down this like flight of stairs.
Which, bullshit, you can't skate. You stayed on your feet for that.
Does not fall.
Yeah.
Does not have a concussion. It does not die in the Mall of America or wherever the fuck.
You should be dead, Fulton Reed.
Your brain should be worse than Paul Career's.
You were either a dirty liar about not being able to skate, or you were born with a horseshoe up your ass.
And a cannon for an arm.
Yeah.
He might be Mega Man. He might be Mega Man.
Johnny
arm
Boychuk
cannon.
is his dad and then left.
Very possible. He broke a fucking window.
He did.
We're introduced to the Mighty Ducks jerseys. The iconic green, yellow, and purple jersey.
I thought it was very nice that they worked in a special needs duck on that jersey, because you didn't see that enough in the rest of the movie.
That duck's eyes are pointing in two completely different directions.
So we get the phrase, ducks never say die.
Because ducks can't talk, they're animals.
Yeah.
And what did I say? They don't die until the Western Conference Finals. Suck on that, Anaheim.
Topical humor. That's the kind of high quality stuff you get from Days of Yore here.
Head into Game 3. Mighty Ducks versus the Cardinals. Once again, make the observation. The Cardinals are the home team. The fucking arena is all red and white. Huge Cardinal on the side of the wall. Clearly, this arena is only used for Pee Wee hockey. Not high school, nothing else, but Pee Wee hockey. What age is Pee Wee hockey? Like 10, 11?
Yeah. About that.
So it's just Pee Wee hockey. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
What's the funding like in this town?
This must be
Again, it's Minnesota. Probably pretty good.
the richest, whitest town. Obviously, than the Hall brothers.
No, they came from a bad neighborhood, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Fulton Reed, a.k.a. Fulton Boychuk, as I have written down, during their warm-ups, taking slap shots. Clearly, you got the puck off of the wall, and everyone spreads away, jumps out of the way, and breaking the glass. Gentlemen, we get our first ever quack chant.
Are we supposed to drink now?
No, we've already done that. So Jesse Hall scores their first goal ever that we've seen. Carp gets Crosby'd, concussion to the face. To the head. Still, so Gordon Bombay comes over with the referees. They do the little salt tablet. Still a better concussion protocol than the NHL.
Oh, by far.
How many fingers am I holding up? Still a better concussion protocol than the NHL.
Yeah, they took him out of the game.
Also, a joke that Carp can't tell numbers. Well, can't read numbers because Peter's like, oh, he wouldn't know that anyway.
Which was totally a trailer joke.
Oh,
I remember that
100%.
from the Mighty Ducks trailer. And that was the only reason why that fucking scene ended up in the movie.
100%. So the Mighty Ducks are down. Fulton Reed comes in, blasts takes the slap shot. Cardinals jump out of the way. Goaltender, can't catch it.
Oh, but no.
Yeah,
He
that
does
was-
not take the slap
That
shot.
was the fake one.
He makes like he's going to.
Oh,
and then,
shit.
I don't remember who was it.
Yeah.
Jesse Hall?
I don't know. But then someone else say he
Yeah.
passed it.
Oh, shit. Even I was faked out on that one.
He pulled an Eric Carlson slap pass perfectly onto the stick, even though he's
I don't even think he passed it. I just think he
They just think
flowed
he
back and then somebody
swept in?
skated it and took it.
Maybe.
That was a Statue of Liberty play.
Ducks win their first game.
And then
No, they tied.
They tied
it.
it.
was 2-2.
They tied it.
They tied their game.
They didn't even win. All that for a tie.
No shootout. No nothing.
And then America's #1 hockey publication apparently has nothing better to do than report that the Mighty Ducks, they're not mighty yet, the Ducks tied again. So America's #1 hockey magazine is covering Pee Wee hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the North Stars aren't doing anything. so you might as well cover Pee Wee hockey.
Except getting destroyed by the Penguins.
So Adam Banks now.
Stop, please.
So Adam Banks, due to some redefining of districts, now a Mighty Duck, Gordon Bombay and Coach Riley have their spat outside.
Complete cock move by Bombay, by the way.
100%.
Oh my god.
We're more than halfway into the season. Gordon Bombay is like, you know what? Adam Banks has made these friends. He's a very good hockey player. No longer on the team.
Yep.
Like a real dickhead. Way to ruin a 12-year-old's life. You know?
Yeah, and the father even makes a very, very valid argument. Later on, they're in the courthouse, and they're saying that you know what? Next year, Banks will join the proper team. But this year, he has joined the Hawks. All of his friends are Hawks. He wants to stay on the team. And Bombay's like, no, fuck you.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
really
not
give a
happening.
shit what the kid wants.
kinda
It's not
saw-
about the kid.
I kind of saw it as him being Gary Bettman because they said next year we'll redraw the lines. Adam Banks will stay on the Hawks. So essentially Banks is Crosby. Because if you listen to Twitter, Gary Bettman rigs the league for Crosby.
Well,
that.
they are the first team to win back-to-backs in a while,
I
so
like that.
there might be a little bit of truth there.
So Coach Riley is like Gordon. He doesn't sound like that. That's my Coach Riley impression.
Gordon.
Like, oh, Gordon. He's like, oh, you really gonna do this? Like, and you know, District 5 is a bunch of losers, and Gordon Bombay's like, they are losers. Coach Riley and the most sarcastic one of the bunch, Peter, the little mafioso dickhead, cannot get fucking sarcasm and takes it seriously. So then they
God, I
get.
hate Fonzie's son.
God, I hate that kid. I'm glad he's not in the second one.
Yeah.
Fuck that kid. So they get into Gordon Bombay goes into the locker room. Jesse Hall and Peter put him on blast. Coach Bombay obviously for some reason isn't like, oh, it's being sarcastic, morons. He just plays it off like he was an idiot and says, you know what? If you want to come out, come out. If you don't, you don't. Fulton Reed and Charlie Conway show up. They forfeit.
And I like how we don't need Banks. What, to finish last? Yeah, no, you don't. You
Yeah.
guys suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we don't need him. You have one tie, and that's it. One tie and 9 losses. Or is
Yeah.
it 10 at this point?
At
It's
this
10
point,
losses. Yeah.
they are like 0-11-1. They are pretty fucking terrible.
Yeah.
We don't need him. We can lose on our own.
So Bombay goes to the diner where Charlie's mom is working. Charlie brings up Bombay being a Hawk. And this is the biggest problem with this movie. The Pee Wee hockey culture is so embedded into these guys that Gordon Bombay being a Hawk because of where he lived is such a big deal.
Yeah, it matters. Apparently, where you live matters in this movie. I guess it does, since the number of times that they call Banks a cake eater, which is due to like the fact that he lives in a rich neighborhood. Apparently, that's an actual term, or at least it was.
How dare Bombay's parents fuck without a condom within a certain district line and make him a Hawk?
So it would be like me coaching Little League and being like coaching the Pirates, but when I grew up, I was like part of the Red Sox. And then the coach of the Pirates like, you are a Red Sox, all the players. So then, that's a big issue.
Pee Wee hockey's greatest scandal to date.
It's unbelievable how stupid it
I
is.
saw that article. You were a Hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lived on this street. And
Suck it, Peter, you bitch. And then obviously Charlie has to pimp out his mom.
It gets really creepy.
It's weird.
Like, Charlie actively wants Gordon Bombay to bang his mom. It's not even subtle.
No. He is like, well, what's he saying? My mom has good attributes or something like
Yeah,
that?
he's like, she has many fine qualities that most men find attractive, or something like that.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It's weird.
It's weird. Bombay says to Charlie, I'm going to resign because of his Pee Wee hockey history, which is fucking stupid. And we cut to school. So Charlie is like, don't do it. We cut to school. There's a blue balls joke, gentlemen. Never would have caught that at 12 years old.
Are the blue balls?
Well, clearly Gord at this point does because of how much he's only coaching these kids to get to the mom.
Oh, 100%.
That's clear to me at this point.
Or he has some sort of Nambla love for Charlie.
Oh, he definitely does.
He totally does.
This goes right back to the tickle fight.
So we're in school. The teacher obviously makes a blue balls joke over like water because he was talking about hydrogen and oxygen. Carp and Peter are saying something to Charlie and Fulton Reed. The Ducks
Carp makes a mom joke.
Makes a mom joke. He could be on this podcast because there are mom jokes.
Your mom is
left and
so
right.
fat.
He misses your mom. He doesn't miss us.
So the Mighty Ducks start fighting. Principal comes in, and obviously the whole team quacks at her.
That's a normal reaction.
As a team that hates their coach would do.
Right.
We hate being Ducks, so let's quack.
The Adam Banks protest is underway. Gordon Bombay meets with Riley and Banks' dad. He goes into a speech about how team play is important to him. And, they talk about what Piz mentioned earlier of redrawing the lines next year because we're already over halfway into the season. Bombay's like, nope, fuck you guys. We're not going to do that. And then he quacks at Ducksworth because obviously that's what happens.
Yeah. That's how adults act.
When you want to be a partner in a law firm, you quack at the owner of that law firm.
Yeah. Now he's never going to get to dive off the diving board into a pile of coins with Ducksworth.
He certainly will not. Go back to school, and what are all the kids writing down on the chalkboard?
I will not quack at the principal.
And you're also forgetting the part where Gordon Bombay walks in the office like, hey, I'm picking up these kids. Oh, hey, I'm a coach. The principal's like, oh, no big deal, strange man. Yeah, take these kids home.
I think it's weirder that they're all in the same class.
And that brings up another question. Tammy and Tommy, clearly not the same age.
Oh, yeah.
In the classroom together.
I'm pretty sure Fulton and the other kids aren't in the same class.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Well, Fulton's just a bad seed, so he's detention every day.
Oh, okay.
Although, Fulton Reed might be dumb enough that he stayed back a few times.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, maybe.
But Tammy and Tommy, definitely not the same age.
Oh, no.
No.
They are not twins. Peter, by the way,
Yeah.
sheriff's jacket, a sheriff's badge on a jean jacket.
Well, yeah. He's the sheriff of that here town.
Adam Banks joins the Ducks. Drop cake eater reference before Game 6 against the Hornets. Mm-hmm. Banks wins the team over by scoring a goal. Jesse Hall still hates him. Still underlying racism. Mm-hmm. Fulton trips a guy on a breakaway. No call. Then rips a howitzer. Game-winning goal.
Yeah, is that when he hits the goalie and the goalie gets shot into the goal?
No, that is later versus the Hawks.
Oh, is that when he just shoots through the net?
Yeah, that's
okay.
when he shoots through.
Sorry, I can't keep track of them. Sorry for the spoiler.
Don't worry, I got all my.
He plays a Shea Weber in the Olympics and eventually gets traded to the Canadians for a younger, better defender.
Yes, he will eventually get traded by Iceland, to Iceland from Gunnarsdal.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
So the Ducks make the playoffs, gentlemen. From my count, they won one game.
Yeah.
Which is like the real life Eastern Conference because they snuck in as a wild card.
Because one team got the measles.
One team made up of Jenny McCarthy's kids could not play because they got the measles.
We gave them blankets.
So, as a...
I'm picturing Hans doing that now. Just thinking oh, I infect your team with the measles.
So, as a great job or whatever, Bombay takes him to see the North Stars. So, up comes Basil McRae and Mike Madonna. Basil McRae says, holy shit, you're Gordon Bombay from the Pee Wee League. I played Pee Wees with this guy. He is legit.
Who remembers?
And Mike Madonna's like, oh, really? He gives two shits.
Because obviously Pee Wee talent translates into NHL talent.
Yeah.
So Basil McRae actually did play in the NHL. That's a real NHL player.
Oh yeah, no.
I did not know that.
Any of the NHL players in these movies like have played. Like anytime they meet like a supposed pro.
I'm not sure if I'm thinking of the right guy. I think he was mostly known for fighting too, not necessarily skill.
Yeah, 1 year in 1990, 1991, he played 40 games, had 1 goal.
Ooh.
Yeah. So Basil McRae remembers Gordon Bombay from Pee-wee's in 1992. So we have Mario Lemieux, we have Jaromir Jagr, we have Ray Bourque. He fucking remembers meeting a guy from Pee-wee's.
Yeah.
And we have Mike Modano, who looks like the guy from Clerks, that is like, don't pass it to this guy, he sucks.
When's this period over?
8 more minutes.
What are you shitting me? I want to get cigarettes.
Hey, man, just wait a few minutes, okay?
Fuck that. I'm gonna break my crazy neck on this ladder. Now lose the skates, Dorothy Hamill, and open the fucking store.
Dante, where are you?
He's busy.
In a second.
Fuck in a second. This... Oh, look at you. You can't even pass.
I can pass.
How about covering the point? Man, you suck.
Who are you to make assessments?
Hey, I'll assess all I want, pal.
Dante, you in or out?
Hey, don't pass to this guy. He sucks. You suck.
Oh, like...
You suck. And then takes the
The guy
face off
hanging
against
up, yeah.
Dante. Yeah.
Which is complete bullshit because he knocks Dante over because he's not on rollerblades and Dante is. That always pissed me off about that movie.
That does piss me off.
Yeah. Anyways.
So, they go to the North Stars game. The North Stars win. And then after, Charlie continues to pimp out his mom, mentions the North Stars in the playoffs, to which John obviously made a Penguins joke that he made earlier. Says that...
The Ducks are the only championship-winning team to ever be on North Stars ice.
It's true. You're right. It's true. And then they got moved to Dallas. And then they won.
Take that, Minnesota. You suck.
And then they get home from the game. Charlie cooks dinner. And he says, Gordon, or Gordo, as they call him in this movie, like a weirdo, you need to take my mom out on a date. So they go to the ice sculptures. First off, remember that it's the first date. They go to the ice sculptures. She asks Gordon, like, how this is made. He goes into some dumb shit about how he thinks it's little people with little chainsaws. Right there.
In big hours.
In big hours. Right there, you do not fucking date someone who says that.
No.
If I went to the ice sculptures with my wife, and she was like, how do you think this is made? And I tell her it is midgets with miniature chainsaws, I expect her to leave me. 100%.
Although I'd like to see a bunch of midgets with chainsaws.
I would too.
Yeah. That sounds way more interesting than ice sculptures.
That's like Worcester State Fair type stuff.
I don't think we're supposed to say midgets, though. We're supposed to say a little bit. I mean, they're not going to hear us all the way down there anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean, unless midgets are, paying $10 a month on Patreon.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
They're only good for tossing
I think
anyway.
Peter Dinklage in Game of Thrones has done a lot for the midget community, so we can call him whatever we want now.
Yeah.
He's a strong midget role model. Yeah.
So
Dwarves.
So, Charlie's mom, do we ever find out what her name is?
Charlie's mom.
Yeah,
Is she just Charlie's mom?
I think we do find out, but she's Charlie's mom.
We would call her Lady Firebush.
Lady Firebush. All right, so Lady Redbush is saying how she is looking at something in Minnesota, and it's like reminds her of a castle, and it's her window and Charlie's window, and on the first date, Gordon Bombay is like, "Where's my window?" It's like, bro, it's the first date.
Yeah, slow it down.
Chillax.
You fucking creep. So obviously, she gets a little creeped out by that. And he tries to make it right. But we cut right to Game 7 versus the Hornets. Nothing big happens. They win. It's the playoffs. The only thing that caught my eye was Ducks memorabilia.
I also thought it was very brave of Jesse Banks to kneel down during the national anthem.
Adam Banks
Adam
or Jesse
Banks?
Hall?
Jesse Hall, sorry, I combined my names.
Jesse Banks.
I'm a lightweight. I'm a little buzzed after 2 or 3 here. Yeah, he kneeled down during the national anthem. They didn't cover that enough, I thought. And now he can't get a job in the NFL.
He was pulling a Kaepernick before Cap did it.
was.
Role model.
Yeah.
There's now memorabilia for a Pee Wee hockey team.
Yeah, why wouldn't there be?
Yeah, why does that make sense?
Obviously.
You don't own Pee Wee hockey shirts and jerseys from your town?
I don't.
No. What the fuck's wrong with you?
A lot.
You don't support local youth hockey. You're an asshole.
So obviously they win, and we go into Game 8 versus the Cardinals. They have their pseudo beer shower, where everyone gets sprayed with Coca-Cola, not
It's soda
Cocaine.
pop. We don't know what
It's pop.
is.
Yeah.
pop.
Let's not do any brand sponsorship here.
Which, by the way, I would be fucking pissed at.
Oh, it's be so
sticky.
Because you would be so fucking
awful.
gross.
Stickier than
after.
Charlie's mom. Who is Casey? Casey, by the way. Casey Conway.
Is that
That's
her
right.
name?
Casey.
Oh, she had a name tag on.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
At the restaurant. Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Double C's.
So after the game, Bombay goes back into another penalty shot flashback where there's even more stuff. So Coach Riley is like, you're not only letting me down, you're going to let the whole team down too.
And if you miss this shot, your dog is going to get cancer.
No, I don't think he mentions cancer.
Oh.
But he's like, and you're going to let your father down. And there's something else.
And you were adopted.
And you were adopted. Which leads into the more like Fight Clubbish part of this movie.
Yeah.
Because Gordon Bombay is fucking losing his mind.
Yeah, I think if you go back, you rewatch the movie, and you pause it, you're going to see Riley behind Bombay multiple times throughout this movie, like just influencing every decision he makes. Maybe Riley doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
Maybe Riley isn't even there.
You're right.
Maybe it's another coach, but we're seeing this movie through Bombay's perspective, and he just sees Coach Riley. That would explain why he looks exactly the same in 1973 as he does in 1994, whenever this movie came out.
Oh my god. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
What if Coach Riley isn't real?
Gordon Bombay missed that penalty shot, and for some reason it ruined his life so much he ends up in a mental asylum.
He does say to Hans that was the worst time of his life.
He does.
He does.
He does.
In the shop. Holy shit.
We know that Bombay's father died before that game, that fateful game where he missed on the triple deke.
Yep.
Maybe in that interim he has come to see Riley as a father figure, and he couldn't bear the thought of losing two fathers, so Coach Riley is always with him.
My mind is blown.
Either that or he went nuts, killed Riley, and wears his skin. I'm just throwing that out there.
Probably not that.
He's talking to himself. Meanwhile, the kids are wondering why the hell he's putting on a skin suit and talking back and forth with himself.
He's got a mask. He's talking to himself in the mirror. He puts Riley's face on.
Would you fuck me?
I'd fuck me.
I'd fuck me, Gordo.
Yes, Coach Riley. Call me Coach.
So we're finally in the finals against the Hawks. First thing I noticed at the national anthem lineup, mushroom cuts everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
All I noticed was Goldberg's glorious Jufro that completely outshined quote-unquote minor racism. I'm sorry, Jesse Hall's fro.
Oh, yeah. No, it was better.
It was much better.
Yeah.
Goldberg's fro game is strong. His hockey game, he's softer than Whiskey Dick.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. He's pretty bad.
He's awful goalie.
So we get into so it's already 2-0. We see a shot of Adam Banks, and then we quickly cut to his father. So his father is in the stands. Mind you, Adam Banks has been a Duck now for, let's say they play one game a week.
Yeah.
It's been about 3 weeks. 4 weeks.
Please keep in mind that we were on Adam Banks' dad's side until this point.
Adam Banks' dad is sitting in the stands wearing a Hawks jacket on the Hawks side.
And we know that there is plenty of Ducks memorabilia to go around. It
Clearly.
is not hard to find a Ducks shirt.
Unless the Ducks Pro Shop was sold out at this point, we can't confirm that.
And even if he couldn't find one, even if the success of the Ducks in that 2-week span made it so hard to find a shirt, you could at least wear a neutral color and not the Hawks jacket.
Or just a green shirt.
Yeah, go to the store, get a green pullover.
Go to Marshall's, get
Yeah.
a green shirt.
Yeah.
You know, what a dickhead. Coach Riley calls a timeout, tells his goons, you got to hurt Adam Banks. Adam Banks, on a breakaway, is hit from behind, clearly separates his shoulder on the goalpost, is checked for a concussion, and later stretchered away.
As Don Sweeney trades a third-round pick for the guy who hit Banks.
Which I wish we got names, because I'm sure they would have a horrible name. So now it's 3-1. Fulton Reed shoots the puck so hard the goalie falls into the back of the net. 3-2.
And the puck's hard enough to send him to the back of the net, but not take him out of the game, apparently. The kid has a hole in his chest now.
There are no plot holes.
Sorry.
Goldberg tracks the puck like Malcolm Subban. 4-2. So now we get into the comeback route. Tammy Duncan goes on her little Marty McSorley stick swinging
Spinny.
spinny thing, scores 4-3. Fulton Reed gets tossed. I think because one of the guys like went after Tammy Duncan.
Yeah, he hit her behind the play.
Yeah.
It was clearly, it should have been a penalty.
Which it wasn't.
Clearly. She didn't have the puck. There was nowhere near her. The guy hits her. I think his name
It's
was
like,
Chris
bye,
Brown.
coach. Like a boss.
Chris Brown fucking whacks her.
Yeah. Hits her out of the game.
Fulton Reed literally just walks off the bench. He's like, Coach, I'll be right back.
Like a lonely guy on Twitter, he white knights this shit.
White Knights the
Flips the
shit
guy
out of
into the
him.
bench.
Throws him into the bench. He's tossed. Oreo line goes out. Gentlemen,
Again, we drank.
Gentlemen, what do we find out happens? What do we see for the first time ever in the Mighty Ducks?
Flying V!
Flying V.
The Flying V comes out. I'll have you know, in this movie, the Flying V was onside.
Yeah, I really thought it was gonna be offsides. That's how I remembered it. But no, the person at the front had the puck.
Also, anybody else through nostalgia think that the Flying V played a much bigger role in this movie?
Yeah, I thought it was like a huge thing. It was
Yeah,
just like,
I thought that it happened at least 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
This movie.
but it's like a 10-second play, and then that's
Yeah.
it.
So they score. Jesse Hall scores on the Flying V, obviously. And then Charlie Conway is tripped on a breakaway. No helmet. First off, the arena gets dark again. State of your lights, mate. Why are you doing spotlights?
But his mom's so concerned about him being in a car in danger. No problem with him not wearing a helmet on the ice.
Yep, it's another part of Gordon Bombay's psychosis. It's tunnel vision. Everything else is dark except for the play at hand.
This is the original of the Fight Club. Holy shit.
So this is really fucked up the more I think about this.
Yeah,
It's pretty
Chris is
fucked
on to
up.
something here.
So Charlie Conway, no helmet, skates on the center ice, does his triple deke, Ducks win.
Like I said, triple deke is the worst move. They make a big deal of how great the triple deke is and how no goalie can stop it. It's just an average play.
Well, the whole point of a deke is to fake somebody out. When you do it multiple times, it kind of loses its effectiveness.
The triple deke does not work.
No,
it
not at
doesn't.
all.
It was just, I think, something Disney wrote in to be like, triple
This
deke?
sounds cool.
Yeah. So then the other parents show up. Everyone's like kissing, and Charlie's mom and Gordon Bombay are kissing.
They're tongue fucking in front of all the children.
Connie and Guy are kissing. Nick Backstrom, they're making out. Everyone's making out. It's a big
It's
fucking
makeout city.
session.
Charlie Conway grabs Fulton Reed.
They start
first
making out.
Disney gay kiss.
They start making. They start making out. So then we get to the end of the movie. Gordon Bombay uses one half of the year of Pee Wee coaching to launch himself into a minor league hockey
Yeah.
career.
Which I don't get, because he misses that one breakaway as a child and apparently never plays hockey again. I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, that's what you just don't know. You
that's
don't know what
right.
it's like.
I don't-
You've never played hockey.
I don't understand anything about Gordon Bombay because he's crazy.
Oh, that's true. He's nuts.
He's crazy.
That's true. He is gone.
So that is the end of the movie. We roll credits. Gentlemen, what did you think of the Mighty Ducks?
It's a lot more not so subtly racist than I remember. That movie would not fly today. Twitter would be all over that shit.
Honestly, I enjoy this movie way more as an adult because I can look on it with nostalgia and I still enjoy it. Like, it's still enjoyable to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're watching it with a group of friends.
Plus, my brain turns all the jokes that aren't dirty into dirty jokes.
Yeah. But then,
But there are
as
dirty jokes.
As an adult, you can appreciate this movie on a whole different level.
Oh, it's great.
It ruins your childhood, but also enhances it at the same time.
It was incredibly enjoyable.
Like,
It was.
Like, as a kid, you're like, oh my god, the triple deke is unstoppable. As an adult, you're like, wow, that is fucking Bush League.
But then, the teacher makes a blue balls joke. And you're like, holy shit. That's a blue balls joke. And as, a 10-year-old, you're like,
Was that directed at
don't
Gordon
get it.
Bombay?
I don't get it.
That wasn't blue balls. You saw how he acted with Charlie.
He was-
He has no blue balls at
He
all.
was all in radio.
Gordon
Radio Red
Bombay
Bush.
wanted to pretend Casey was Hiroshima. He was dropping those cum bombs.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Mighty Ducks here on DOI Flicks and Sticks. Thank you for joining us in our first ever movie review. This will be dropping in July. In August, we
I
will
think
have.
they know that, since it would have dropped
that's
by the
true.
time they heard
That's
it.
true. We will have Mighty Ducks 2 ready for you in August. So thank you for joining us. Continue your patronage, and we will see you guys next time. Once again, my name is Greg. I am joined by John and Rob, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Later.